If you feel disconnected from yourself, you either forgot or lost touch with this fact. You are your heart. And the cool part is, once you remember that and understand that, you can easily start the process of reconnecting with your real self again right now. And your whole life can change. Today, I'm going to prove it to you. By the way, my name is Chris. I'm an emotional mastery coach. I'm here to give you the emotional education that we never got by teaching you about your heart, your mind, and how to connect the two. I've helped dozens of people do this before, reconnect with their real selves, even after long stretches where they feel disconnected or just out of touch with the real them. And it starts with this. You are your heart. That is the real you. Everybody has a heart, and that is the real them. Doesn't mean that everyone's connected to their heart. Doesn't mean that everyone's thinking in line with their heart or talking in line with their heart or acting in line with their heart or operating in line with their heart. But that is the real you. And the reason that that's key is because it means that you have a built-in compass and guidance built into your own chest, forever there to help you find yourself again. And it starts with remembering that it's true. And to do that, I'm going to give you 2 points that I want you to consider that I like to use to remind myself of this. Number 1, this is how you started. Look at every kid in the world. We start as kids from a heart-centered place. All we want to do as kids is love, play, and enjoy life. Like that is peak kiddom, you know? That's how we naturally are. That is how we are born. That is how we are born to operate. Kids are not born hating other people. Kids are not born feeling super insecure about themselves. Kids are not born criticizing other people or themselves. Those are things that kids have to learn. They have to be taught that, or they have to observe that from the adults around them. And unfortunately, for some people, they observe that or are taught that very early on. But naturally, kids are playful and confident and believe anything in the world. They believe in themselves, they believe in their biggest dreams, and they just want to enjoy life. That is their main mission, is to play and enjoy life. That's how we all are growing up. That is how we all start. You are by default good. You are by default a good person and a heart-centered person. We lose that along the way, and that's natural to go through stages of life where we forget it, but I want you to remember how you started and how you are naturally. And just because you aren't feeling that way now doesn't mean that that's not the real you deep inside. It just means you have been disconnected from that for a while, and that's okay. Maybe it's for a long while, and that's okay. Reconnecting with yourself starts with remembering that. The other thing I really like to remember to help me solidify this feeling of, oh yeah, I am my heart, is to think about meditation. If you're a meditator, you may know this from personal experience, but even if you never meditated before, just think of the concept of meditation. When someone gets good at meditating, they close their eyes, they quiet their mind, and they separate themselves from their thoughts. And you may have heard, like, when you're in meditation, you're sitting still and you get to a place where you just see like thoughts float by you like clouds, right? Like that's the idea. That's the concept of meditation. What happens when someone successfully meditates? When they reach a point where they've successfully separated themselves from their thoughts, they reach a state of peace, of love, of lightness. That is what they're left with. That is what we feel when we've successfully separated ourselves from our thoughts. We're left with the real us. Because remember, we are not our thoughts. We're not our thoughts, and we're not our mind. The mind is sometimes connected with our heart, and sometimes it's not. But the real us is our heart. And when we do an exercise like meditation, we're separating ourselves from our thoughts. And what's left when we do that, when we quiet our mind and we have no thoughts running through our head, what's left is a state of peace and calmness and lightness and love. That proves that the real you, underneath all that stuff, is love and peace, heart. That is you. That is the real you. And so the practice is then to start getting in touch with yourself, with your heart again. And the best way to do that is to remember these facts. Oh yeah, I am. Acknowledge, oh yeah, I am my heart. That is the real me. And then I would suggest starting to have more conversations with your heart, starting to ask your heart questions. What is your heart? What does my heart feel about this? What does my heart think about this situation or this person or what I should do in this moment? I wonder what my heart thinks, and sort of start to check in with yourself. And as you do that, you'll start to get answers of love, answers of peace and happiness and joy and compassion and lightness and calm. And you'll start thinking in line with your heart a little bit more, and talking in line with your heart a little bit more, and operating in line with your heart a little bit more, acting and choosing in line with your heart a little bit more, interpreting life and what happens in line with your heart a little bit more. And suddenly you're now operating from your heart again. Then suddenly you start feeling like yourself again, because that's the real you. So, number one, remember you are your heart. Number two, remind yourself, if helpful, that it's logical that you're your real heart, that the real you is your heart, because you were born that way. And because when you meditate, you're left with the essence of just you. And then thirdly, start having a conversation with yourself and with your heart, and start asking yourself what your heart would think about this, and see what answers come up. And then watch as you feel naturally, organically more connected, and you start that process of reconnecting with who you really are. That feels nice. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much. If this has been helpful, like and subscribe, please, or leave a comment. Let me know how this feels in your body as you listen to it. And if you practice this over the next day or two, let me know how that practice goes. And if you want to have a little bit more guidance on how to follow your heart and listen to your heart and start to grow that skill, I have a free newsletter that you could check out. It's on my website, link below, totally free. And it teaches you how to reconnect with yourself through the skill of emotional mastery. And if you want extra, and that teaches you a self-practice for you to do this. And if you want help with your practice and you want someone to hold your hand or give you personalized guidance, I also have coaching and programs available, both one-on-one and group coaching classes available for you to also check out if you're so interested. Also link below. And I think I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. And if you liked this video, I think you're really going to like this one.